Hey, Raiders Nation. Today we're diving deep into the latest developments surrounding the Las Vegas Raiders and the search for the next head coach. The decision at the top of the organization is critical, especially as the team sits with the number 1 overall pick in the draft, 10 selections in total, and significant salary cap space to maneuver. All of that potential matters, but none of it translates into success without the right leader at the helm. It's not just about choosing a coach. It's about finding someone who can transform the culture, shape the roster, and maximize the talent that the Raiders have on the field. Starting on the offensive side, Nate Shieldhouse, currently the pass game coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams, has been working under Sean McVay for the last 2 seasons. He's built his experience coaching quarterbacks, having played the position himself at Illinois from 2010 to 2013. The challenge with someone like Shieldhouse is that while he brings coaching knowledge and exposure to an elite system, he has not yet called plays as a head coach or offensive coordinator at the highest level. For the Raiders situation, where quarterback development is paramount, I would grade Shieldhouse as average. He has potential, but the impact might be limited unless he's paired with the right offensive coordinator. Another intriguing candidate from the McVay coaching tree is Mike LaFleur, who has been the Rams' offensive coordinator, albeit without calling plays directly. LaFleur has prior coordinator experience with the Jets under Robert Saleh, and at 38 years old, he brings both youth and fresh ideas. His ability to operate within a McVay or Shanahan-style system makes him an appealing candidate for a forward-thinking organization. In the context of the Raiders' needs, I would give LaFleur a strong grade, reflecting the potential upside of pairing a rising offensive mind with an experienced quarterback mentor. His background shows adaptability, creativity, and a proven track record in player development, especially in high-pressure situations. Kevin Stefanski, formerly of the Cleveland Browns, is another name that has surfaced. Stefanski's overall record in recent seasons has been underwhelming, and questions linger about his ability to develop quarterbacks in the current NFL environment. Given the Raiders' recent quarterback struggles, including the handling of Deshaun Watson and the rotation involving Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and others, Stefanski may not be the perfect fit. While he has accolades and past recognition as Coach of the Year, for this particular situation, I would assign him an average grade. The team needs someone who can hit the ground running and elevate multiple positions, not someone who might continue inconsistencies. Clint Kubiak, currently the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks, stands out among offensive candidates. He brings experience from multiple successful NFL programs, including ties to the Vikings and Saints, and come from a lineage deeply rooted in football. At 38 years old, his approach to offense aligns remarkably well with the Raiders roster, especially with talents like running back Ashton Gentry and the young tight ends Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers. Kubiak's offensive philosophy could maximize these players, and his ability to implement a dynamic, modern scheme makes him a top-tier option. For his fit and potential impact, I would give Kubiak an exceptional grade. He represents the kind of transformative hire that could redefine the Raiders' offensive identity. Turning to other offensive prospects, Davis Webb, the Denver Broncos quarterback coach and pass game coordinator, is an up-and-coming name in NFL circles. Webb has been praised for his quarterback development, helping young signal callers grow into effective NFL starters. While he may not yet have the experience to run an entire head coaching operation, his offensive acumen would make him a valuable coordinator if paired with the right head coach. For the Raiders, hiring Webb in this role could be a strategic win, blending youthful innovation with developmental expertise. I would give him a slightly above-average grade for the context of a head coach role, but high marks for coordinator potential. On the defensive side, the Raiders have considered several high-profile names, each bringing unique experience and philosophies. Evo Aravo, a former Raiders player, has been gaining experience as a defensive coordinator in Carolina and previously in Denver. While he is young and innovative, his experience as a lead defensive strategist is limited compared to other candidates. For this reason, I would assign him a cautious grade. The interview itself is smart from a team perspective, satisfying diversity initiatives and providing insight into promising defensive minds, but Aravo may not yet be ready to lead a full NFL defense. Chris Shula, grandson of legendary coach Don Shula, has been the Rams' defensive coordinator for 2 seasons. His youth, pedigree, and exposure to elite-level systems make him a strong candidate. Despite some struggles with injuries affecting team performance, Shula has the intelligence and adaptability that could make him a cornerstone of a Raiders rebuild. Building a staff around him could be an opportunity to pair experience with innovation, and his track record suggests a long-term upside. For the Raiders' ambitions, Shula earns a high grade for both potential impact and ability to develop a cohesive defensive unit. Jeff Hafley, defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers and former head coach at Boston College, is another name of interest. Hafley has connections across the NFL and has shown the ability to develop complex defensive strategies. His fit for the Raiders would depend heavily on the offensive counterpart chosen to complement him. If aligned with a compatible offensive coordinator, Hafley could be a very strong hire. His grade falls in the good to strong range, reflecting his experience, adaptability, and potential for long-term growth with the organization. Vance Joseph, former Broncos head coach and currently a defensive coordinator, brings experience and credibility. His age and tenure offer a steady hand, and his resume includes insights into multiple successful defenses across the league. For the Raiders, bringing in someone like Joseph could provide immediate stability, but pairing him with the right leadership team would be essential to unlocking maximum performance. His grade would reflect his respect within the league, tempered by the need for synergy with other coaching staff. Finally, Jesse Minter, who has experience with Michigan and a history of working with John Harbaugh, represents a prime defensive-minded candidate. His understanding of championship-level systems, combined with familiarity with developing players and structured programs, positions him as a top choice for a full rebuild. Minter's approach aligns with the Raiders' need to establish a cohesive identity and build a team from the ground up. For this reason, his grade is exceptional, highlighting the potential for long-term transformational impact. The Raiders' search continues to balance youth and experience, offensive innovation, and defensive rigor. Each candidate brings something unique, and the key will be identifying who fits the current roster, organizational philosophy, and vision for the next chapter of Raiders football. As we look at the prospects, it's clear that a strategic, forward-thinking hire could dramatically shift the trajectory of the team. Continuing on the defensive side, the Raiders' strategy has been methodical, targeting coaches who can build a long-term foundation while navigating the unique challenges of this roster. Chris Shula, for example, stands out not only for his pedigree, but for his ability to innovate under pressure. His experience with the Rams has exposed him to elite offensive and defensive schemes, allowing him to anticipate and counter modern NFL offenses. For the Raiders, bringing in someone like Shula could redefine their defensive identity, emphasizing speed, discipline, and adaptability, all while fostering a culture where young players thrive. His youth also allows for a longer runway to grow within the organization, which is key for a franchise entering a rebuild phase. Jeff Hafley's candidacy also deserves close attention. His coaching journey demonstrates versatility and a willingness to adapt his approach based on personnel. From Boston College to Green Bay, Hafley has proven that he can tailor schemes to maximize talent and exploit opponent weaknesses. For a team like the Raiders, which has a mix of veterans and young players, this flexibility could be invaluable. Pairing Hafley with an innovative offensive mind could create synergy across the roster, ensuring both sides of the ball complement each other. His ability to communicate effectively and develop detailed game plans makes him a strong candidate to elevate the defense while integrating seamlessly with other staff members. Vance Joseph's experience provides a different advantage. While his head coaching tenure may have had its challenges, his knowledge of defensive systems at the NFL level is extensive. Joseph brings a wealth of insight into opponent tendencies, situational football, and in-game adjustments. The Raiders could benefit from this perspective, particularly in balancing the strategic needs of the team while fostering young talent. Joseph's age and experience also lend a stabilizing presence, offering a counterbalance to a staff that might otherwise skew younger or less experienced. His ability to mentor both players and assistant coaches could prove critical during the rebuild, creating a foundation that ensures continuity even amid inevitable roster changes. Jesse Minter, however, remains the most compelling defensive option. His time at Michigan, working alongside championship-caliber coaching staffs, has given him exposure to high-pressure environments where discipline and preparation are paramount. Minter's philosophy focuses not just on XS and OS, but on culture, structure, and process, which aligns perfectly with what the Raiders need to achieve. He understands how to develop young players, integrate new talent, and create a cohesive defensive unit. For a team that has struggled to maintain identity in recent years, Minter represents more than a coach. He represents a blueprint for rebuilding an entire side of the ball. The connection to other programs and coaches with whom the Raiders already have relationships adds a layer of compatibility that cannot be understated. Looking back at the offensive candidates, Clint Kubiak remains the standout. His ability to maximize the talent of players like Fernando Mendoza, Ashton Gentry, and the young tight ends makes him a perfect fit for a modern, dynamic Raiders offense. Kubiak's offensive schemes prioritize flexibility, adaptability, and creativity, allowing quarterbacks and skill players to thrive within structured yet versatile game plans. Pairing Kubiak with a complementary defensive-minded coach like Minter or Shula could establish balance across the organization, ensuring both offense and defense operate in sync under a unified philosophy. This combination could represent a turning point for the Raiders, providing a roadmap for sustainable success. Moreover, the importance of staff cohesion cannot be overstated. The Raiders' recent history shows that fragmented or mismatched coaching teams can stall progress, even with top-tier talent on the field. Selecting a head coach is only the first step. Ensuring that the coordinator positions, positional coaches, and support staff align under a shared vision is equally critical. Whether it's Kubiak's offensive creativity, Minter's defensive discipline, or Webb's quarterback development expertise, the combination of skills and personalities will define the team's trajectory. A misalignment could lead to underperformance, while a cohesive staff could accelerate a rebuild and set the stage for sustained success. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. A shocking audio leak has sent ripples through the NFL world, reportedly capturing Raiders coach Pete Carroll in a fiery confrontation with his team, a recording that insiders claim led directly to his dismissal. In the clip, Carroll is said to unleash a torrent of criticism, labeling the squad in blunt terms that have stunned fans and analysts alike. Sources familiar with the matter describe the session as tense, chaotic, and utterly unfiltered, with Carroll reportedly voicing frustrations that had long been simmering behind closed doors. The Raiders, who have struggled with consistency in recent seasons, were apparently at the center of Carroll's ire. The leaked audio suggests that the coach's disappointment went beyond typical motivational tactics, bordering on outright humiliation. The recording is said to capture him questioning the players' effort, focus, and commitment, delivering remarks so sharp that team morale reportedly plummeted. While the exact content of the exchange remains unverified, the rumor mill has been set ablaze, with pundits speculating on what this incident could mean for the franchise's future. Carroll, known for his previously successful stints in the league, has cultivated a reputation for both charisma and intensity, but this leak paints a starkly different picture. Some insiders suggest that his approach, once lauded for turning teams around, may have backfired in a locker room already struggling with cohesion. Fans and commentators alike are dissecting the clip, debating whether this was a singular outburst or indicative of deeper, systemic issues within the Raiders organization. As social media explodes with reactions, questions are being raised about leadership, accountability, and the pressures of managing a high-profile roster. The speculation surrounding Carroll's tenure and the manner of his departure adds a dramatic layer to an already tumultuous season. While the team looks ahead, the leaked audio has ignited a firestorm of debate, with observers split between seeing it as an honest confrontation or an unprofessional outburst. The true impact on the Raiders' locker room culture remains to be seen, but one thing is clear. The NFL world is now watching every move, every decision, and every word that comes from both the coach and the players in the aftermath of this explosive revelation. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.